Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Now we dealing with Drake Kendrick lawsuit and his involvement in Xxxtentaction. I know I messed that name up. I could never really say it. Involvement. Man, if he was still alive, XX would be up there. I loved him. He was awesome. Um, Recent updates on the rapper Drake include legal proceedings related to Kendrick Lamar's feud, new streaming milestones, and progress on his upcoming album, The Iceman. A defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group concerning Lamar's diss track Not Like Us was dismissed, though Drake continues to pursue legal action in other related cases, according to the New York Times. Right, he couldn't prove that. He also recently surpassed 8 billion streams on Spotify for 2025 and is reported receiving early previews of his Iceman album with the release date still to be announced. So the lawsuit was dismissed. A defamation lawsuit Drake filed with UMG regarding Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us was dismissed by a judge, though Drake's legal team is pursuing other legal avenues. Drake is still seeking to access unredacted records from Kendrick Lamar's record deal and emails from UMG executives as part of his broader defamation case against the label. Drake also reached a settlement with iHeartMedia in a separate legal dispute concerning the same track. Wow. Because he couldn't take a diss. All you had to do, you started it. You couldn't come, your diss wasn't strong enough. He destroyed you. And you were supposed to go back and come back with something harder and destroy him. But you couldn't because you weak as hell, Drake. That's what that is. Drake has accumulated over 8 billion streams. Wow. So now they saying he was on academics was saying that a class is
Oh, by the way, I just got word. Oh, by the way, I just got word. Just got official word, man.
from Drake.
Yo, Iceman shaping up to be a classic, man. It's shaping up, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man. Iceman shaping up to be a goddamn classic, man. It's all good. Don't count my boy out. You know what I mean? Every time, you know what I mean, he hits y'all with a counter punch. He have a good round. Give y'all a couple good songs. Jab, jab, cross hook. Y'all try to, you know what I mean? Academics made a post saying Iceman finna be a classic. That he just
So
got
he's
official
saying
word.
Iceman
I
gonna
think
be
that
a classic. So we'll see. Court papers unsealed Monday marked the latest turn in Drake's defamation suit against Universal Music Group, with the rapper moving to expand his claims to include several top executives by name. The filing builds on his broader case against Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. In his in his complaint, Drake accuses UMG of harassment, defamation, and deceptive practices. He contends that the company used covert strategies to inflate the track's visibility while it portrayed him in a deeply unfavorable light. One line in the particular refers to him as a certified pedophile, language that set off intense debate among fans and critics alike. The, unde- the updated lawsuit names executives whom Drake is personally responsible: Raymond Smile, Interscope's executive vice president of marketing, Jordan Bell, who oversees influencer and content campaigns, and Steve Berman, president of marketing at Interscope. Others listed in the suit is Anthony Burchie of Hitmaker Services, Tiffany Bullock of Interscope, Jesse Collins of Rock Nation. Damn, Rock Nation get Jay Z just all in all kind of bullshit. And Koji Asimov, who has served after several attempts. UMG's chief executive, Sir Lucien Grandjean, is also cited. Drake, you need to be careful because you might be worth more unalive than alive. The complaint widens further to include senior figures: Bill Evans, Interscope's VP, Interscope's Executive Vice President for Urban Promotion, Jody Gerson, Chief Executive Universal Music Publishing, John Janwick. Also include David Kiefer, oh, that's a Jew, Vice President of Spotify USA, and Andrew Crawfield, oh, those are Jews, and Executive Vice President at UMG. Honey, you need to be careful because you worth more unalive than alive. For real, Drake. Drake is seeking both statutory and actual damages with exact figure to be set at trial. His legal team is also pursuing treble damages, attorney fees, additional costs under New York General Business Law Section 349, along with interest accrued before and after judgment. Even as the legal battle unfolds, Drake is pressing ahead with new music, and the Iceman, like academics said, is set to be a classic. Drake legal team requests unredacted Kendrick Lamar record deal in latest defamation lawsuit. That ain't none of your damn business. You got a lot of nerve to request his contract. That ain't public information. Drake and Universal Music Group have reached the discovery stage in the defamation lawsuit of Not Like Us. The Six Guys legal team requests to see Kendrick Lamar's record deal with the label, as well as copy of Lucien Grange's emails having to do with the smash hit this song. You need to get over it. You a sore loser. You acting like a bitch. That's how you acting. UMG initially obliged to its attorney's request to see the Compton rapper's contract. However, upon receiving the 22-page document, they realized it was severely redacted and unable to be read. Their purpose for seeing the contract was to confirm that UMG has a contractual commitment to block any defamation content in their artist's music from coming out. If and when they receive the unredacted contract, it will be filed under seal. As for Grange's emails, UMG claims that the CEO has no meaningful involvement in the release and promotion of the May 2024 disc record. The Toronto rapper's lawyer Michael Gottlieb countered and said the company's refusal to turn over his communications is unsupported by law, would prejudice plaintiff's ability to test and prove his claims. He added UMG's inconsistency on shielding Grange from document discovery is unfair, unwarranted, inconsistent with fundamental principles of discovery. Ain't none of your damn, you's a sore loser. An additional noteworthy aspect of the Nokia Raptors legal team's request has to do with UMG employees and Spotify. They cited an all hands meeting for UMG's marketing team where they all allegedly instructed to use their personal Spotify accounts to stream Not Like Us on repeat and would be reimbursed for any fees associated with the app. Pusha T, during his press run for the Clip's latest album, Let God Start 'Em Out, revealed that his 2018 Drake targeted diss track Story Adamon was interfered with by UMG, as both he and the For All the Dogs, oh my, all the dogs rapper were under their umbrella. The label did not want one of their acts defaming a fellow signee. In their amended complaint, Drizzy Legal's team is using this claim to pursue further details about their authority to stop songs from coming out or whether they had used the power before. If true, it would mean they did not exercise this ability when it came for Not Like Us. Over the last several months, both sides have exchanged statements and accusations. UMG has called Drake out for actively participating in this particular rap beef and using his previous recordings to diss other rappers. They have also called him out for making accusations against Lamar related to domestic violence and paternity, but only taking issue with the Pulitzer Prize winner's claim that he was a pedophile. This has prompted Drake's legal team to request UMG produce all documents relating to Lamar's children and any domestic violence allegations against. What the fuck does that have to do with him beating your ass on Not Like Us? Whether he got domestic violence that ain't got nothing to do with the lawsuit. Shit, and that's public information. If it's out there, find it. That's what you paying them millions to your attorney for. Pussy. I can't stand him. He is mm. You acting like a real bitch. You should have came out with a song better than that. But you got beat. Needless to say, this entire experience have evolved from just a damning diss track to a multitude of layers that many likely would have never predicted. The conversation surrounding the lawsuit has been heavily focused on constructs of hip hop and Drake's perception in the court of public opinion. However, judges and lawyers do not abide by those arbitrary rules. In the end, all of this contributes to potentially one of the most significant, unique lawsuits in hip hop history. That's a damn shame. So Drake settles legal dispute with iHeartMedia over promotion of Not Like Us. Drake and iHeartMedia has settled the legal action that Drake brought against iHeart owner over alleged pay-to-play scheme to boost Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us court record show. In a statement to Pitchfork, iHeart said in exchange for documents that show iHeart did nothing wrong, Drake agreed to drop his petition. No payments were made by either one of us. Good. Better leave Kendrick alone, cause you, like I said, you worth more unalive than alive. Drake had accused iHeart of illegally accepting payments for UMG, the label of both Drake and Lamar, and the target of separate Drake lawsuits. So you lost that one. Universal Music Group asked to dismiss Drake's federal lawsuit, blames him for losing rap battle to Kendrick. That's what I say. You acting like a bitch. Instead of a man, take your loss. I'm not even gonna read this because I read the updated version. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Let me see, April 14th. Let me go through these articles before I get to these videos. Mm. Oh, well, we already talked about that, so let me dismiss. Let me delete this. Let's hold on a minute. About to get to these good old videos with oh shit, I know I had it about Bad Baddie hooking up with Chief Keef. Get some of this stuff up out of here. Mm-hmm. one. So let me go. This is the last one. At least I got this all dated. Drake gets annihilated online for leaking up with Iron. Drake gets clowned online for a lot of things. His poor run in sports gambling, the Kendrick Lamar group. Yeah, because he lost like 125 million in something in that bet. And his friendships are always in rotation these days. The latter is the focus, though, in this instance, thanks to some photos of the boy caught by Complex Music. The outlet shared a pair of photos of their Instagram account, captioned Dreezy hanging out and flicking up with Ian. If you don't know who the lad, he's a 20-year-old rapper out of St. Louis, Missouri, who blew up quickly in 2024 for his validation mixtape. It features favorites like Magic Johnson, Airbnb, Never Stop, and more. He went on to receive some big co-signs with Metro Boomin, Lil Yachty, Chief Keef, and Two Hollis, to name a few. Drake already catches a lot of heat from his friendships with Lotto and Sexy Red, so you could imagine what people are saying about this hangout with this 20-year-old. The boy can partially thank Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us for the stigma that stuck on him. The stigma that stuck on him. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the rest. Sexy Red says Drake treated her and her friends like a gentleman while talking, taking shots. Ever since Sexy Red blew up as a bright 20, Drake has been there to show love and some bangers together. They also have very solid friendship together. Always a gentleman to me and my friend, she said. My rich baby daddy, she recently captioned on Twitter. The two had a lot to celebrate recently. Sexy Red was one of many Drake's guests during his wireless show. So she said he always a gentleman. Sexy Red is the only film showing Drake love. Lotto took to her Instagram story to make a hilarious confession about Drake partying in Atlanta with her. Drake, she wrote, simply next to the check other box. Maybe they will meet up before following up their housekeeping knows collab in the studio. All right, let's get into these videos. Should I do 20 minutes on the update? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, we getting into some. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drake was implemented in the.
You are as guilty as they are because you were an essential part of that crime.
This is against XXX.
Sneakers and jerseys. You review the value placed on the life of state. One of the men convicted to murder is his legal team is focusing a lot of their attention on a major celebrity.
Drake. The rival between two of rap music's biggest stars, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, is entering a dramatic new chapter. Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions accusing Universal Music Group, which represents both of the artists, of defamation and illegally boosting Lamar's viral song that targeted Drake, Not Like Us. Lawyers for Drake allege UMG enacted a scheme to, quote, artificially inflate.
As I mentioned, Williams is appealing this decision. The big focus of this is on Drake.
Mr. Onfroy, which I'll refer to him as X for this interview, because his stage name was Xxxtentaction, which was the victim in this case. Prior to him being murdered, he had posted on, if anybody kills me, I'm snitching right now, it's champagne poppy. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect, right? So, imagine, the decedent said prior to his death, if anybody kills me, it's champagne poppy, which is Drake's Instagram name. I laid out in extreme detail all of my defense witnesses list, which included many rappers, because at the end of the day, the victim in this case was a rapper. He had feuds, ongoing public feuds with Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy, which is a Chicago-based rapper, and
I know you had beefs with 600 Breezy. I didn't know that.
And I had to lay that all out in detail. The court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Academics, because DJ Academics was friends with X and had posted long YouTube, content regarding this beef. He actually posted YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake, and specifically X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike with semen on his face, and he wanted DJ Academics to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Academics says that you better be careful, because even though, like, and I'm paraphrasing again, even though he's a gangster, you may be pushing him. As a reaction to that conversation, and says that he said off the post off of his website or off of IG, and he says that his Instagram act. I laid that out and to perpetuate the testimony, which a motion to perpetuate testimony is when you have a witness that is relevant to your defense and that lives beyond the jurisdictional limits of the court, and that you feel that you're not going to be able to bring them into court. So I'm basically asking the court to allow me to go to California or wherever I have to go, depose this individual, and now with his deposition, if he doesn't show up, I could use it in my defense or in my case in chief, right? So I did that, argued it to the court, and the court, in a reaction, your motion to perpetuate testimony, let's just take it. So, okay, fine. I set a notice of hearing, went and Drake and his castle in Beverly Hills. At that time, Jake Beard, which is the process server that served Drake, appeared as a witness.
I didn't know he was ever served.
He took of the actual attempted service where it shows Drake's bodyguards or the people that are in front of his house refusing to cooperate. It showed one of Drake's employees kicking the subpoena down the road that leads to his mansion, and the judge didn't allow me to show that. Despite not allowing me to put forth that evidence, the judge did a 180 from telling me to figure it out, coordinate it, take the depo, did a 180, told me, why are you involving him, granted the motion for protective order, granted the motion to quash my subpoena, allowed Mr. Cohen to argue California law without having a California expert there, and basically kind of chastised me about why are you bringing them into it. And as a matter of fact,
that sounds like grounds for an appeal.
Position of one of ex-relatives regarding United, and the court said in open court, even his relative said that it didn't exist. this? And I said, yeah, well, she's lying because the girl's off beef. So for her to sit here and say that she didn't know about it, it's on her credibility. So despite all of this, he does a 180. He not only grants a motion for protective order, basically saying that I can now serve him again. Okay. And the state attorney, seeing blood in the water, says, Judge, I'm going to renew my motion to strike all his witnesses. Okay? Or tennis, no notice. And he says, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to strike Mr. Graham. So he struck in the middle of the trial. He struck Drake from my witness list, which is completely inappropriate, considering the history of the case.
Talk to me real quick about why you think the judge did this, because in the appellate brief, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is an accusation the court might have been biased because of Drake's celebrity status. Correct me if that allegation is wrong, and in your opinion, why do you believe the court ultimately would allow the deposition of Drake?
I'll say that Judge Usman was a complete gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure to try the case in front of him. I do think that he made various reversible errors, and I think from the beginning he made a lot of calls that were unconstitutional.
That's room for appeal.
This being one of them. I don't want to speculate as to why, but when you're dealing with someone like Drake, which he's not a celebrity, he's a super celebrity. He's like in the stratosphere of fame. So when
I believe Drake did get XXX on the live. I believe that.
other people feel but I'm not why it happened, but
Say, hey man, it's OG Jacario. Not back at you with another one. And I had to come
This
slide
is
on the YouTube
OG
block because Drizzy
Jacanio.
the Drizzler is back at music label is inflated. You feel like Drake was even a person of interest.
I think he has something to do with that. I damn sure do.
You are as guilty as they are because you were an essential part of that crime. When you went to spend that blood money on sneakers and jerseys, you revealed to the court the value you placed on the human life that was taken.
The
Facts.
man convicted in the 2018 murder of rapper Xxxtentaction is now appealing his conviction, and his legal team is focusing a lot of their attention on a major celebrity, Drake. We're going to explain the connections and the arguments as we sit down with Mauricio Padilla, the attorney for the convicted
I think we just
Kendrick
seen that.
Williams.
the post off of his website or off of IG, and sensing there's blood in the water, known firearms dealer, as the brief states, produced at least one of the guns that was used in this. When I asked him about his father and ties to Toronto and drug dealing, the state objected and the judge didn't. So it was a constant effort for me to try and do my job and show reasonable doubt it existed. With Alan, with Detective Curcio, the problem here is that the state attorney, on direct of Detective Curcio, which was the lead detective in the case, she asked, do you have any information that Drake was involved in this? And that was before the court struck him. So whatever reasons may have existed, the moment that the state attorney opens up their mouth and says that, now he's really at issue. Because now
You're opening the door. You're opening the door to that coming in.
Yes. And not only was it an issue of her mentioning it with Detective Curcio, but she asked him, you actually were able to verify whether or not Drake was in South Florida at the time. So in cross-examination, I asked, what would you have to verify if he was in South Florida? Why? Because he's a person of interest. And then, well, what did you do to, and I'm paraphrasing, what did you do to figure out whether he was in South Florida? He says, oh, my partner checked social media. So then I said, okay, so in a homicide case, the best that Broward Sheriff's Office jury, so it was basically breaking down the poor job that BSO did in their investigation and television, and the fact that none of this was in the report. So you felt it important enough to check and verify whether or not he was in South Florida, but you never memorialized it in your report, and I'm not allowed to ask about it.
Well, did he also testified, Detective Curcio, that he learned that Onfroy, XXX, had been.
So Drake was in Florida at the time of XXX being unalive. Wow. Wow. So it is being appealed.
Attacked by members of Migos, right? Migos is the rap group that's associated with Drake. Was that came in, and again, you weren't able to expand upon that?
Not only did that come in, but when I asked him in cross-examination, isn't it true that the first time the name Migos comes out in this case was a month after the murder in the first conversation that you yourself had with cooperating co-defendant Allen?
Wow.
To refresh his recollection,
Wow.
in the transcribed conversation, it basically showed that and the operator said the name Migos in the first conversation that they had. So it basically showed that I wasn't making this up. Like I'm not creating it. The facts were there before I even ever alleged their involvement or filed a motion in court. They're checking to see whether years before I mentioned it, and Allen is talking about Migos to the lead detective a month after the murder. This is years before I filed anything regarding my theory of defense. So it was just to show that this is part of the case.
Right. And you argue that your client didn't get a fair shake, didn't get a fair trial because you didn't expand upon this and introduce this. I want to move quickly past Drake and ask you a couple different questions about this appeal. Speaking about Detective Curcio, I understand that there's also an objection that your team has with him providing opinion testimony on phone data. Can you talk about that real quick, what the issue was with Detective Curcio there?
Wow. Yeah, Drake had something to do with that. I want to find this other video. And it's going to have to be a part 2.
On a Monday, November morning,
This is Moxie approved.
Throughout the hip hop social media community that a petition would be filed, but this would not be a regular petition seeking justice or social. This particular petition would shake not only the core, but the very essence of what helped hip hop become what it is today. On what will be called White Monday, all Graham would file documents claiming that one of the most decisive losses in hip-hop history was facilitated and made possible by bots.
Drake is filing a petition against Universal Music Spotify, accusing the companies of, quote, artificially inflating the spread of Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
The following day, he would double down and file another petition. This one based on a claim that his own record label, UMG, is responsible for distributing what will become the greatest diss track in the history of rap. A song constructed by Kendrick Lamar.
Like in the history of rap beef and all the rap beefs that I've covered in my career and all the rap beefs that I've read about the entire history from IWA, obviously Tupac and Biggie, J and Nas, so on and so forth. You've never actually seen potential litigation come into play.
This move would not only cripple the image of a man who many claim, but cripple the future with popular beats. One can only question if this was part of the plan from the beginning. The story can be seen almost hand-in-hand parallel with a story well known within the black community that divulges a bloody ending to one of the greatest figures in civil rights history that was set FBI to not only gather intel, but destroy a movement well loved by the community. Fred Hampton was a force of nature, a young, passionate
Damn, Fred Hampton was.
who could rally disparate groups under the banner of unity and justice.
I said it before I went to jail. I'm back now and I may be going again. But if I do go, if you don't say anything else, then the last thing I heard him say was that you can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail a revolutionary.
Born in 1948 in Maywood, Illinois, Hampton grew up in an era of rising civil rights awareness. By the time he was in his early 20s, he had already proven his talent for leadership, first as president of the local NAACP Youth Council, and later as a rising star in the Black Panther Party. Hampton's vision extended beyond Black liberation. Under his leadership, the Illinois Black Panther Party established the Rainbow Coalition, forging alliances with Latino and white activist groups like the Young Lords and the Young Patriots. Hampton's initiatives, free breakfast programs, health clinics, and educational services were a direct challenge to system neglect.
Okay.
Please apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes, apply. Embedded himself deeper into the Panthers, his reports to the FBI.
Boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes, being the biggest sack of you can possibly be. I'm not here to play against you niggas. Niggas know what it is.
Some would mention Takashi Sinai as well took this stand. This action against actual criminals who sold narcotics and took lives. It had no effect on the culture. As for Drake, how could someone infiltrated so deeply into hip-hop make a move so unrelated to
Facts.
How could he
Fact, cause he a
form
bitch.
culture built on realness and society? And what would this do to the future of rap battle? Could it possibly end up similar to the young charismatic leader, Fred Hampton? On December 4th, 1969, just before dawn,
Yeah, they assassinated him. They assassinated him, but I just don't understand the analogy between Fred Hampton and Drake.
defending his actions, claiming he was caught in a moral gray area.
You know, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't issue the warrant.
Similar to how immediately
But I'm gonna keep this for when I do something on Fred Hampton. But you know what?
I want to talk about this Drake lawsuit real quick, and I'm not doing my podcast this week, so I'm going to share my thoughts.
This is Forgotten King.
Now, technically, it's not a lawsuit. It's like a pre-action petition, which says, hey, we might want to do a lawsuit, so we want to get this information. Lawsuit. Here's why I think it was a mistake. One, in black culture, it basically just looks like you calling the cops. For
Right.
reason, it looks like you said,
Because you
I'm
lost.
just gonna call the cops. I'm calling my lawyer. And in the black community, that's frowned upon. I would say at minimum, it's frowned upon. Two,
But he's from Canada. He's from Toronto. He is not no street guy. He from Canada. He from Toronto. So yeah, I can see him doing this. Cause he's a bitch.
even if it were true, and I'm not even arguing it's not, you're basically alleging that the record company was, boosting up Not Like Us, playing it when people were asking for something else, playing it after every single song. That could be true. If it was, that's payola, which has existed since the beginning of time in
Fact.
the industry. You pay DJs, you pay record companies, you play, radio hosts, all those people, right? But by then you're alleging that they're boosting the song, and you're missing that the song was actually really big in
Facts.
the black community. And
Facts.
overall,
Facts.
which Kendrick said, I'm what the culture's feeling. So by saying, my lawyers, we're going to be on you guys boosting, it seems that you're disconnected from the culture. So to
Facts.
basically bait Kendrick, you need to drop. Nah, you ain't getting away from this. And then he drops, and you're like, well, they was helping you. Now, which one is it? I feel like he might have been better off just admitting defeat
Facts.
or being quiet. But
Yep.
the possible worst action ever is to go, my lawyers will hear about this. Your lawyers? Even if you win, you lose. Even if you
Facts.
win this case, right? And say you're beefing with Kendrick, it's with UMG. Even if you win this case in the court of law, you by far have lost this case in the court of public opinion,
Facts.
which is where your career and legacy is judged.
Facts.
This is a smear mark, probably worse than just losing straight up. In the black community, you could take an L and live. Like, he took an L to me in the Pusha T beat. Like, he never responded. We clowned him, but eventually he came back. People was listening to the music again. I feel like he could have done that a little bit, although I do feel like this time the culture had turned on him a little more in the time since Story of Adidon and now. So I feel like he had lost some fans in the last couple of years based on some of his actions. I don't think his career was over. I do think this is some irreparable damage from
Facts.
Drake
Exactly, facts.
This will not hurt him at all. But
And then you want his contract. You got a lot of damn nerve. That ain't got shit to do with you getting your ass kicked on that song. I agree. Oh no, I want to keep that for Fred Hampton. I don't want to delete that video.
I want to talk about this Drake lawsuit real quick, and I'm not doing my podcast this week, so I'm going to share my. I'm retired, active duty Air Force.
Wait a minute. Wait. Which one is it? Oh.
Talk about this Drake lawsuit real quick.
Oh, I do want to go back.
Battles have been happening since the inception of hip hop. And you gonna go do a lawsuit, bro?
Right.
On Kendrick. Man, come on, dude. Listen, you a talented cat, bro. You a talented dude, whatever. Come on, man. You really enough for light-skinned dudes, man. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed in you, man. Yeah. Basketball players at games.
Facts.
What are you doing, bro? Nas and Jay-Z, they met up with each other and said, yo, man, it's over. We did our thing. Boom. Like real men.
Right.
That's what needs to happen. You said
right.
Weird ass shit. You
exactly.
Tails and shit, pigtails and shit. What is going on, man? What's up with wheelchair Jimmy from Degrassi?
Facts.
From the bottom now. At the bottom. You a middle class. That's middle class shit.
Right. Facts.
I'm just a little disappointed, man. You know what a drake is? You know what a drake is? And the animal is a duck. It's a male duck. So what can we say, Drake? Are you a quack?
Facts. Facts.
I think that is just a suck ass.
I do too.
You want to do a lawsuit over a rap battle? That's some corny ass shit.
Sure is.
I think this is it. I think you're done from this because that's the straight door move, man. Word up. I'm not trying to insult you, but even your crew needs to be like, what?
Right, that part.
Bro? Come on, dog. Y'all can keep this rap era for real. You know what I mean? You can keep this bullshit over here, man, for real. This is an embarrassment, man. A
Facts.
Straight up embarrassment, man.
Facts.
I don't know what you're gonna do to come back from this shit, bro. But you gotta make fun of yourself. Make fun of yourself. You funny, dude. You can make fun of yourself or something. Do something. Because you and
Facts.
sent back. Tupac.
That was a bitch ass move.
Oh, Xxxtentaction. Come on, Tupac. You gotta feel it. No, I got to feel it. Come on,
Facts.
somebody calls loss, you take your losses or you just keep it moving, yo.
Facts. But he from Toronto. He from Canada.
And yo, yeah, man, that's my man. You swashed it, whatever's clever. Yeah, that's how we. Oh man, I'm so disappointed in you, Drake. Oh my God, how embarrassing.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor. And you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
Everybody is still talking about Drake getting his hurt and sensitive. The 4 records in a week. 3 man on Drake's behalf because again.
That just made no sense. Oh, let's see what Steven had to say. I love Steve.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to leave the show off, not with sports, not with politics, but with hip-hop. It's supposed to be hip-hop. It's supposed to be hip-hop.
Right.
That is not what the hell's going on right now. Did you hear it? Drake is now dragging lawyers into his beef with Kendrick Lamar. I know y'all have heard about this by now. Drake filed a court petition Monday against his own record label, Universal Music Group, and Spotify, by the way, accusing them of harming him by allegedly boosting Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Drake's petition seeks the preservation and divulgence of information that might be used as evidence in a potential lawsuit
Damn
against
shame.
UMG, which is the distributor for the record labels of both Drake and Lamar. A second petition filed in Texas alleges UMG engaged in a pay-for-play scheme with iHeartMedia to help boost the song, which the petition also claims defamed Drake. You may recall Not Like Us infers that Drake engages in pedophilia. And the song has gotten more than 900 million plays, according to users on Spotify, who obviously declined to comment on the petition. As for UMG, they issued the following statement saying, quote, the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its laws is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear, end quote. You know, it's interesting that we bring that up because before I go any further, that pre-action petition that they alluded to, understand that's a procedure under New York law that aims to secure information before filing a lawsuit. I just wanted to get that out the way, okay? By the way, the Libre and Kendrick, by the way, is set to headline the Super Bowl halftime show as one of the biggest rap beefs in recent years. The beef between them. It's one of the biggest rap beefs in years. This is a bad look. Let's get this right. It's a bad look. And it's all smeared on
Right.
all of it.
All of it.
This is hip hop, man.
Exactly.
This is hip hop. Somebody comes at you with lyrics, with a song, you're supposed to come right back at them with the song.
Right.
Lyrics.
Facts.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the hip hop community prides itself on being authentic, straight up, real, in your face, let you know where they stand, how they feel, and not shine away from shit. That's the hip hop community. Let me tell you what's been happening in the hip hop community since last night. I've been making calls. I appreciate the bevy of information that everybody has provided me with, giving me intel, and letting me know what the hell is really going on. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't cover this. And yeah, I'm a product of the hip hop generation. I grew up in Hollis, Queens, New York City, y'all. Hollis, Queens.
Come on, Steven.
DMC. Grew up in the neighborhood. Yes, Jay, the best is my late brother, the rest both of their souls. LL Cool J got 5 minutes from Farmers Boulevard, was just a few minutes away. Ja Rule, the same thing. I mean, the list goes on and on. So understand, I'm a product of all of that. I'm a product of it. And I've never mentioned it from a journalistic perspective. I don't cover it. I don't read hip-hop magazines and all of this other stuff. I just listen to the music that I like.
Right.
And to the stations that play the music that I like. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know a damn thing about the industry. I'm going to tell you this much, though. I know a hell of a lot of people who do. Well, here's why I bring it up. All of them want to remain nameless. All of them. The hip-hop artists I know, the radio disc jockeys that I know, the journalists that cover it, even though I got Torrey coming on in a few minutes. I mean, I've never seen an industry where you got folks, yo, I'm not touching this publicly. But I ain't stop a whole bunch of them. I'm talking about 10, 15 different people let me know how they feel. Because I'm going to read some of this stuff. You understand? Can't tell you who.
Oh, I gotta use.
But I'm going to just let you know. They looking at Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us with the 900 million listeners, the downloads, all of this other stuff. And they going like this. Damn right. Drake Not Like Us. Didn't we tell you? Didn't Kendrick Lamar tell you? All because of lawyers. Now again, this is not a lawsuit. I want to make that very, very clear. Not yet. This is a pre-action petition. So basically, if you're Drake, what you're doing is the procedure under New York law that aims to secure information before filing a lawsuit. You're trying to make sure you get access to all the information that you want because of the accusations that he's trying to say. And they looking at Drake and they like, they don't give a shit about that. The rap artists don't care. The DJs don't care. Now my man Funkmaster Flex, was on TV. Oh, not on TV, I'm sorry. He went on social media. And he was saying Drake ain't tell a lie. That this is the game that's played in the music industry. Where you got cats having money funneled to them to push one product more so than the other. To push a particular song. To make sure it gets airplay and stuff like that. My point is, I'm not challenging Master Flex in any way, because I know the brother knows a gazillion times more about this industry than I would ever know. All I'm saying is, nah, people don't give a shit about that right now. No. Oh, no. That don't matter right now, ladies and gentlemen. What matters right now is that two lyricists have been going after each other for months. And Kendrick Lamar, not like us, shit was off the chain. It was off the chain. Everybody.
Yes, it was.
Everybody been going. I mean, you got people, kids, adults, senior citizens, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody. And they know the lyrics. Minor. Remember that? I mean, they're like, but all they said was, yo, damn, Kendrick got him. Not damn, Drake's a pedophile. He's just talking about the lyrics and what he brought and what he dropped and how he came at him.
That's right.
And we ain't hear much from Drake. And then we get this. Look, y'all. There's several modes of thinking in this. And let me calm down a little bit because it's got me hyped. I'm not going to even front. Just read it, but yo. One person wrote to me, Drake throwing away his hip-hop credibility to use this leverage in label negotiations. The flip side is he's also, in effect, helping Kendrick Lamar distance himself from Drake in a hip-hop legend conversation.
Facts.
There are rumblings that the defamation lawsuit is an effort by
I love
Drake.
Stephen A. I do. I love him. He be on it.
Hello, it's your favorite sports funk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen
This
without
Shannon
you.
Sharp
So please
and
subscribe or you're gonna make Ocho cry.
Beats and understanding of the culture and some of the other things that they're integrated in, so it's hard for me to understand, even explain to this to you. I don't know it like that. I don't know it like that.
He said the record didn't do the numbers that it did.
Right.
It inflated the numbers to make the song seem more popular than what it actually was.
Okay, I got that part.
Drake is the first guy to have 20 songs with at least 1 billion streams.
Yes,
Right.
It's hard to say there's a rapper bigger worldwide than Drake.
Right.
Okay, he got one up on you.
Right.
You take this.
Right.
Chad, I'm confused. Just let it grow. He got
Right. Facts.
Right. God get it. He get it right.
Right.
You can do it. Can't no come back. He just got. Hey, bro, you got me today. Drake, he got you. Okay, bro. You Drake. Kendrick got one up on you. Not the end of the world, bro.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he to this man.
Right.
You know what? And obviously, with people like that, with people like Drake, with people that are that brilliant when it comes to their mind and how strategic they are and methodical in the way they do things, do you think there is some type of angle behind what he's doing? I'm just curious because they think everything out before they do it, before the action. Before there's action, there's a plan to it. Hey, what's up, Theo? Oh, my bad, Teddy Bear. Yeah.
Bro, do you know how much money is made off music? You know how big Drake is? He got a big ass jumbo jet.
Yeah.
I mean, Drake gotta be worth $250 million, maybe even more.
Right.
And somebody gets one of you.
And
It
he
was a good. And look, I like Drake. I like Kendrick Lamar, but Kendrick Lamar got one up on him. Bro, you go to this. Now you gonna make people go buy more of it. They gonna listen to it more and listen to it more.
Facts.
Hey, I think Mike, he got something in the chamber, probably, huh? You know, everything they do is audible. There's a plan and they're very strategic in everything that they do.
You know how much it costs to sue somebody?
Right.
You have no idea. You never sued anybody, have you?
I ain't never sued nobody. You sued somebody before?
I done been sued.
You sued a yeet.
$1 million on the Brad Farr situation. What they talking about?
Man, that pussy. Oh,
yes.
My bad. My bad. I ain't mean to call him that. My bad.
Spent damn near $1 million on that.
Man, what for? Man, it's far with that.
Bro, it's a lot, bro.
Man, let me get that money back,
bro. And he filed. So think about the paperwork, and not only because when he filed, he went to one level and then he appealed it.
Oh, so he being messy.
I don't know. Then your ass got hit with 2 more lawsuits for saying. But right, you got one up on you. Take your loss. Take your L. This is the last one.
Biggest thing in a while. I don't know if we've ever
this
seen
Wiz
it
Khalifa.
because they dominated the headlines for the summer. They were talking about it not in just hip hop and soul magazine and not in just soul and urban radio station. This thing had taken a personality of its own. Right. And that's Kendrick and Drake. Mm-hmm. And you're the first guy that you're the first person I've actually had that's in the industry. Mm-hmm. So when you heard it, what went through your mind?
About time. I'm tired of just acting like they cool with each other.
And when you know they're not, huh?
Yeah, man. Like, that's cool to me. Like, just speak how you really feel, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, about time, you know?
Did Drake take it too far? He's suing the man.
Nah, I mean, that sound like a Drake move to me.
Right.
But see, the thing, what I'm confused by is that so many people came for Drake, and especially some of the guys that I thought Drake was cool with because he had done music with them, he had been on their albums, he had been on his.
Well, he's a musician and a businessman,
right?
In my eyes, so it's like if he's not in the public eye winning, you know, musically, he's going to get a win wherever he can.
Right.
I mean, it's a smart thing to do. Like, in my opinion, like I think they're playing it exactly how they're supposed to.
So you think this was orchestrated? You don't think this is they got real people?
No, I don't think them with each other at all.
Wow.
I don't think none of them like each other.
They tolerate each other, but they don't get down with each other. Huh?
It's just how the industry is, and like all of that's coming to an end now, and it's all like kind of like spilling out, and you're getting to see it. But this is also like wrestling as well. So the same people who are arguing can be like cool instantly. So it's like, don't get too caught up on like, you know what I mean, the animosity part.
But
they'll be not them, but in general, people will be hugging later.
I think the thing was confusing for me is that I didn't think it would become to a situation where it would become to a lawsuit. Yeah. I thought we were talking about stuff, and I get. Look, I understand from Drake because, like, bro, you call me a pedophile. Yeah. Now you got people looking at me sideways. Now, you know, you might be effing up my money with businesses because nobody wants to be associated with things like that. Yeah. But are you surprised they took it to a lawsuit?
No.
Really?
No.
Come on. We ain't never. I can see if he stole his beat or his track or something, or he copied it, but sampled one of his tracks, but not this.
No, I'm not surprised.
Damn. And here's the thing, because what you're telling me, if I'm listening to you, if I hear it correctly, is kind of like what when Cat came on and said what he said, he opened what comedians already knew to be true, that a lot of us don't get along with each other. But Cat brought it to the forefront. You're saying, yeah, there are a lot of people that don't get along with each other. They've been faking, they feel like they buddy. But what K-Dot and Drake did, they're like, I want everybody to see.
Right.
We really don't F with each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They gonna ever be cool again?
I can't speak on that personally because I don't, I don't know. I'm
Right.
just from a fan perspective, so I don't know.
Wow.
There's a lot of what happened, okay? K-Dot had the summer of summers.
Yeah.
He got named.
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I think that is it from the yep. I'm gonna keep this at the top because we're gonna come back with a part. Yeah. Since this lawsuit is still forthcoming. Yep, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.